It's a moment we've all experienced. You're in a conversation, and for a split second, the person's gaze locks with yours. And in that fleeting moment you feel something, a jolt of connection, a spark of understanding, or perhaps a flicker of deception. It's more than just looking, it's a profound, nonverbal exchange. We have ancient sayings like, "The eyes are the windows to the soul," and we instinctively feel this to be true. But why? What is the science, the hard psychology, behind this universal human experience? Why is a simple biological act, like looking at someone, so powerfully loaded with emotional meaning? The answer lies in a fascinating interplay of brain chemistry, evolutionary biology, and social learning. Eye contact isn't just something we do, it's a fundamental channel of human connection, hardwired into our very being, and it can reveal our truest feelings in ways our words never could. Let's start with the brain. When we make genuine, sustained eye contact with someone, our brains undergo a remarkable process. Neuroscientists using fMRI scanners have observed that mutual gazing activates a network of brain regions known as the social brain. This includes the prefrontal cortex, which helps us understand what others are thinking and feeling, a process called theory of mind. Essentially, when we look into someone's eyes, our brain is working overtime to read their intentions and emotions. But the most compelling part of the story involves a tiny, powerful neuropeptide called oxytocin, often dubbed the love hormone or bonding molecule. Oxytocin is crucial for creating feelings of trust, empathy, and connection. Research has shown that when a mother and her newborn infant gaze into each other's eyes, a positive feedback loop is created. The eye contact triggers a release of oxytocin in both of their brains, which strengthens their bond and makes them seek out more eye contact, which in turn releases more oxytocin. This is the very foundation of human attachment. And this mechanism isn't just for parents and babies. Studies with adults have found that maintaining eye contact during a positive social interaction increases oxytocin levels. This is why a long, deep gaze with a romantic partner can feel so intimate and powerful. Your brain is quite literally bathing in a chemical that promotes bonding and trust. So, when someone holds your gaze in a warm, steady way, their brain chemistry is aligning with a feeling of connection. It's a biological signal of positive regard that is very difficult to fake. But if eye contact can signal trust and connection, it can also reveal their opposites: discomfort, deception, and dislike. This is where the psychology becomes even more nuanced. Our ability to control our eye movements is surprisingly limited because they are tied directly to our autonomic nervous system, the system that controls our fight-or-flight response. Consider discomfort or social anxiety. For someone who is shy, introverted, or socially anxious, direct eye contact can feel overwhelmingly intense. It can be perceived as a threat, triggering a low-level fight-or-flight response. Their brain might be screaming, "This is too much social scrutiny, abort," so they will unconsciously or consciously avoid prolonged eye contact. Their eyes will dart away, look down, or focus on something else. This isn't necessarily a sign of deception. It's often a sign of an overwhelmed nervous system. The true feeling it reveals is a sense of being threatened or vulnerable in a social situation. Now, let's talk about deception. This is where popular culture has it a bit wrong. We're often told that a liar can't look you in the eye. In reality, many practiced liars know this cliché and will overcompensate by holding eye contact for an unnaturally long time, creating a cold, staring contest. The real tell is not necessarily the absence of eye contact, but a deviation from their baseline. What does that mean? Everyone has a normal, personal pattern of eye contact. Some people are naturally more gaze-averse, others are more direct. The key is to notice a change. If someone who is typically comfortable with eye contact suddenly starts avoiding it during a specific line of questioning, that's a red flag. Their brain is under cognitive load. They're working hard to construct a lie, monitor your reaction, and control their own body language. This mental scramble can cause their eye movements to become erratic. They might look away as they access the memory center of their brain to fabricate a detail, and then force themselves to look back at you to sell the lie. This inconsistency, this break from their natural rhythm, is what often reveals the internal stress and conflict. The true feeling being revealed is cognitive strain and the effort of fabrication. Then there's the revelation of attraction and romantic interest. This is a universal language in itself. The gaze of attraction has a very specific pattern, distinct from a gaze of friendship or a neutral conversation. It involves what psychologists call the triangular gaze. In a non-romantic context, our eyes typically move between the other person's eyes and mouth. But when attraction is present, the gaze drops lower, forming a triangle between the eyes and the mouth, and down to the chest or body before returning to the eyes. It's a quick, often subconscious, sweep. Furthermore, the pupils are a completely involuntary signifier of interest. Our pupils dilate, they get larger, in two primary situations. In low light, so we can see better, and when we are interested or aroused by what we are looking at. This is a reflex we have no conscious control over. In the Middle Ages, women would even use drops made from the belladonna plant to dilate their pupils, as it was considered to make them look more attractive and interested. They were, in effect, chemically mimicking the look of attraction. So, if you're in a well-lit room and you notice someone's pupils are dilated as they look at you, their autonomic nervous system is broadcasting a message of interest loud and clear. But eye contact doesn't just reveal feelings to the other person, it profoundly shapes our own feelings and perceptions. This is a two-way street. Studies have consistently shown that when someone maintains eye contact with us, we rate them as more intelligent, more trustworthy, more competent, and more sincere. Think about a politician giving a speech. The ones who look directly into the camera lens, creating the illusion of eye contact with millions of viewers, are perceived as more charismatic and trustworthy than those who look down at their notes. Even more astonishing is research that shows eye contact can make us more empathetic. In one study, participants were shown videos of people telling stories while either making eye contact or looking away. The participants not only understood the storyteller's emotions better when eye contact was made, but brain scans showed greater activation in the empathy-related regions of their brains. By looking into someone's eyes, we are essentially syncing up our brains with theirs, allowing us to feel what they are feeling more acutely. The eye contact is facilitating a direct neural pathway for emotional transfer. So, how can we apply this knowledge to our daily lives? How can we read the silent messages being sent through a person's gaze? First, look for congruence. Do the eyes match the words? Someone might be telling you a sad story, but if their gaze is steady and their pupils are normal, there might be a disconnect. Conversely, someone might be saying, "I'm fine," but their shifty, avoidant gaze and slightly teary eyes tell the true story of their distress. The eyes will almost always betray the inauthenticity of the words. Second, pay attention to the softening of the eyes. This is a subtle but powerful sign of genuine affection. It's not just about the direction of the gaze, but the quality. The muscles around the eyes relax, the eyelids may lower slightly, and the whole area seems to radiate warmth. You see tiny crow's feet at the corners. This is the look of a genuine, heartfelt smile, what psychologists call a Duchenne smile, which is impossible to fully fake. The hard stare of a forced smile doesn't reach the eyes. The soft, crinkly gaze of a true one does. This is the look of real love and fondness. Finally, consider the context. A prolonged stare in a crowded, noisy bar means something different than a prolonged stare across a quiet dinner table. A fleeting glance from a stranger is different from a fleeting glance from your long-term partner. The meaning of eye contact is always filtered through the relationship and the environment. In the end, eye contact is a profound biological tool for connection. It kickstarts the bonding process from infancy. It builds trust and empathy between adults, and it broadcasts our most private feelings, attraction, fear, confidence, or deceit, without us uttering a single word. It's a silent conversation happening beneath the surface of our awareness, a dance of neurons and chemicals that reveals the truth of our inner world. So the next time you lock eyes with someone, remember, you're not just looking at them, you're engaging in a deep, ancient human dialogue. And if you know how to listen with your eyes, you might just hear what their heart is truly trying to say.